Hey everybody, it is Radleigh here with the Angelic Weather Report for April 13th of 2025. Now, for this week, I am working with my deck Guardian Angel Messages Tarot cards. And as we've been doing, I'm pulling four cards. The first card is sort of like an overlay of the week. And then the second card is for Monday, Tuesday. The third card is Wednesday, Thursday. And the last card is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I've also pulled corresponding cards from my Angel Affirmations card deck to give you affirmations to work with the energies for the cards that showed up. So for the week of April 13th, our overall card is Three of Fire. Three of Fire. If you're a traditionalist, you might think of this as Three of Wands. The card talks about goals and expansion and vision. This is a card that really does talk about planning for the long term. This is a week of planning. This is a week of making plans, evaluating things, figuring out exactly what we want to do. Now, this is really interesting from the standpoint of following up on last week, which was last week was a lot about indecision and not being sure that we were making the right choices. The cards look like we resolved that over last weekend and are now ready to move forward. So, as we move forward with our big plans, the affirmation card that I pulled for you is from Archangel Uriel. And it says, My life is full of magical moments. My life is full of magical moments. I see signs and guidance from the angels in all that I do. I see signs and guidance from the angels in all that I do. And Archangel Uriel says, Call upon me, the Archangel of Epiphanies and brilliant ideas, when you need spiritual messages, revelations, and magic. For Monday, Tuesday, we are starting the collaboration process. We're starting to work in a group. We're starting to experience and express our vision. This is Three of Earth. In traditional tarot, you might call it Three of Coins or Three of Pentacles. And it says talent, recognition, and collaboration. So when this card shows up, it is usually because we're working together with a group of people to create something. It definitely requires that you have a good vision and that you be able to communicate clearly what it is that you're wanting to create. This card is also an awesome card because it talks about where we do something creative and we are paid well for it. The recognition is there and the compensation is there for getting what we want. So we're setting things up to do something creative, do something where we're considered to be an expert and for it to go well. Now, the card from the Angel Affirmations deck that I pulled is from Gabriel. This makes sense because Gabriel is motivation, communication, and creativity. And the card says, I am a fountain for infinite creativity. I am a fountain for infinite creativity. My imagination knows no limits. My imagination knows no limits. And Gabriel says, when you need to breathe energy into your goals and dreams, call upon me, the archangel of creativity and motivation. Wednesday and Thursday, I feel like is more of sort of like working with other people because the card is wise counselor in traditional tarot. It's the Hierophant, and it says belonging, learning, and traditions. One of the meanings of this card is finding a like-minded community, finding the right people, being around the right people, but it is also a card of deep spiritual concerns. So while on Monday, Tuesday, things feel a little practical, I'm wondering if by Wednesday and Thursday, we're starting to think about for ourselves what are the spiritual aspects of this? What's coming from me that I am putting into this? And what is it that I am hoping to create? From the standpoint of affirmations, the card comes from Archangel Metatron and it says, I am on a path of spiritual awakening. I am on a path of spiritual awakening. My soul's purpose is clear to me. My soul's purpose is clear to me. And Metatron says, I can help raise your energetic vibration, allowing for it for interchange and the awakening of your true spiritual calling. Well, this makes a lot of sense too, because here you are working on this creative thing that you want to be really successful, but it's about pulling in the information from yourself. Finally, for the weekend, the card is Eight of Water. This is a favorite of mine in traditional tarot. It's Eight of Cups, and it says searching, empowerment, fulfillment. This is where we're searching. So the wise counselor card that we saw for Wednesday, Thursday really feels like an accurate bridge between all of the planning and the logistics and the practicalness uh, and this card, which is very deeply spiritual, it's a spiritual quest. It's really about moving on. So I think that also part of what's going on here is part of our long-term planning is about a moving on. It's about leaving something old behind to take on something new. It's about creating something new to leave the old behind. From the standpoint of the affirmations, this is borne out because the affirmation card is from our life purpose angels. And it says, today I will take one step in the right direction. Today I will take one step in the right direction. Every thoughtful action brings me closer to my dreams. Every thoughtful action takes me closer to my dreams. And it says, whatever you feel called to do, we can help you take it to the next level. Call upon us to bring magic into your vision. So behind me are a couple of archangels, and I chose them purposefully based on today's reading. This one right here in the dark purple is Archangel Jeremiah, and he is the archangel of life review. Makes a lot of sense right now while you're going through all of this planning, making changes, to have the archangel who can help you do a life review, help you to be able to understand what life is for you, where you've been, where you're going, and where you want to be. This other archangel over here is Archangel Zadkiel. He's dressed in indigo. And Zadkiel is all about the whole elements of forgiveness and releasing. He's also the archangel of memory. And so, from the standpoint of releasing things that from the past as you go into the future, that can require forgiveness. And that's why Zadkiel is great for that. Now, before I start pulling cards for you for your personal questions, I want to let you know I am going to be in California. Yes, I am coming to California to speak at the 22nd annual New Life Expo. Now, that's May 9th through the 11th in San Rafael, California at the Marin Center. So this year's New Life Expo's theme is exploring human consciousness. And I'm going to be speaking twice at the event. First, I will be on a panel with 5 other speakers hosted by the podcaster Mind, Body, Spirit. And that's happening on Friday, May 9th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Next, I'll be speaking on my own for 90 minutes on Saturday, May 10th from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if you happen to be in beautiful California and you would like to hear me speak along with a whole bunch of other fabulous people, come to the New Life Expo May 9th through the 11th in San Rafael, California, and you can find out all about it at the newlivingexpo.com. Again, that's newlivingexpo.com. So let's go ahead and do your reading for you personally. I want you to think about a question or something that you would like insight for that is very much on your mind. And I'm going to shuffle cards. I've put the other cards that we used today back in because they so often come back out. And I am shuffling those cards now. All right. So as you've thought about your question, I'm pulling 4 cards again. So does it feel to you like your answer comes from card number 1? Does it feel as though your answer comes from card number 2? Maybe your solution is card number 3, or maybe your card that you are thinking about is card number 4. All right. So if it's card number 1, it's the High Priestess. And this card talks about intuition, wisdom, and patience. This is not a doing card. This is a planning card. This is a going within card. It's a spiritual card. It's not about taking action right yet. It's about going within and understanding what it is that you need to do and the intuition that goes behind it. Curiously, we also have for card number 2, Awakening, which is also not a doing card. It can indicate that things are about to start to move, But again, the card says pause, perspective, and selflessness. A lot of the same sort of energy. It's just I think the high priestess is very spiritual, but this is very introspective. Those can be the same sort of things, but again, pausing. If you were drawn to card number three, it is Ten of Air. Ten of Air, which is endings, recovery, and freedom. I really like this card. It is an ending that can lead to new beginnings. Sometimes those endings are sad, but sometimes these endings are the endings that we were wanting. We wanted this ending. And finally, we have Four of Air. Four of Air, that's Four of Swords in traditional tarot, meditation, recuperation, contemplation. This is taking a break. This is resting. This is pondering. So, no matter which card you picked, there's not a lot of activity going on from your questions. Your questions are all about coming to conclusion or coming to a place of understanding, introspection, intuition. They all are like, not a lot of movement going on. So, very interesting theme for this week's personal readings. So, that's it for the Angelic Weather Report for April 13th. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I hope your long term plans turn out beautifully, but I guess you won't be doing a whole lot of action.